It's time to go back into the wasteland. That's right. We're talking Fallout. Let's go.
What's up, Misfits and Metalheads, to another episode of the Cutting Room Floor. We are from the band Cut Like This. I am Thorn Black.
I'm Rose Blood.
And today, we're going to be talking about Fallout, the show on Amazon Prime. But first, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check our music out. Here on YouTube, we have music videos, Spotify, and Bandcamp, especially Bandcamp. Bandcamp doesn't get enough love for one of our socials.
This is true.
Pushing it a little bit more. So, let's get into it. Amazon Prime recently released Fallout.
And they were nice enough to release it a couple of days early so that I could lose my entire mind. Now, what you're going to get here is a review from a die-hard Fallout fan. That's right. I have played almost all the Fallout games, including the original Fallout 1, Fallout 2. I even played Fallout Tactics with the Brotherhood of Steel. So I was a huge fan. Well, still am a huge fan. This world means a lot to me, and you're going to get to hear my perspective as a super fan.
And for me, I know of Fallout. Yes, I am a gamer, but Fallout's not a series that I ever really got into for just whatever reason. So I know of Fallout, but I do not know the world or the story or anything. So from my point of view, I'm strictly coming as just like almost a brand new viewer. Like I know the basic-ish of Fallout, but that's, very light. So you're going to get
a very balanced review.
Yeah, a big fan of Fallout who knows the history and the lore, and somebody who's coming into the world brand new.
I also played Fallout 3, Fallout 4, and New Vegas, and I wasn't a big fan of 76, unfortunately. But that's how many of the Fallout games I played. So, just for all you other diehards out there. Anyway.
So I love that Amazon Prime, I have to say before we get started, I love that Amazon Prime put the entire season out at once. Certain shows you can't wait for week to week. And this is one of those. Like, I definitely am happy I did not have to wait for, 2 months, 3,
I would have lost my mind if I had to wait week to week to see this show. It was definitely something where I felt the absolute need to see an episode every single day. And the only reason I didn't binge it all at once was because I actually wanted to pace myself and stretch it out because I knew I only had but so many episodes. Mm-hmm. So let's get down to the meat and potatoes of the Fallout series. So what's really cool about this series is that they put just as much love and attention to detail into this series as they do into the games. And I'm the kind of person, I don't know about you guys, I'm the kind of person that I was like hacking terminals. I was reading every little freaking side story, and they are dark as hell in the Fallout game. If you know, like when you hack into the terminals and stuff and you see like what goes down in the vaults. And I mean, all of these little tidbits. Of course, you see our cute little Pip-Boy character, little bobblehead guy that you collect in the game and stuff like that. They just really just went out of their way. Yeah. And what's beautiful about it is that you get all those Easter eggs for somebody like me who's been with it since the very, very, very beginning.
And for somebody like me, just anything that I know of Fallout was definitely on screen. So for me, perfect. All the costuming, the Pit Boys, all of that was spot on.
It was so good. So good. So let's get down to the cast. Dude, they busted out the big guns for this cast, okay? They got like some of the best character actors from shows and films that you know and love to death. So let's get started. The main character is our girl Lucy McLean, and she is played by Ella Purnell. She did a great job. You might recognize her from The most recent show I think that she was on was Yellow Jackets, which is super popular. She was on Yellow Jackets. She was also in. I think I've only
seen like one episode of that.
Maleficent. She was also
she was in Maleficent?
Yes, she was. She was also in what was that orphan? Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
Ooh, that was a
she
good
was in
one.
Army of the Dead. She's also the voice of Jinx from Arcane, some of people's favorite freaking character. So she has the most beautiful, big, expressive eyes. I think she was perfect for this character, who is somebody who has been literally sheltered in a fallout shelter, you know, and she's just very naive. She's like definitely like this kind of like super innocent, naive character who is then thrust into the world, you know, after having been sheltered this whole time. She ends up having to go on this adventure outside of the vault for the very first time.
Man, and life in her vault was pretty nice.
Life in that vault sweet.
In that vault was pretty nice.
As you see, like you know, like you get to see it's. We start off in the vault, so you get to see that. You get to see so many of the cool, iconic locations from the games. You know, you get to see the Brotherhood of Steel camp and stuff like that.
Their which armor, is really their cool. Battle armor. Oh man, that was fantastic.
The power armor is really cool.
I was happy to see that in live action, and they did a very good job with it.
And our character who represents for the Brotherhood of Steel is Maximus, who is played by Aaron Clifton Moten. He is he has been in actually a lot of TV shows. Not ones that I follow, but that I've seen around and stuff, like Disjointed, which was on Netflix. He was in the film Father Stu with Mark Wahlberg. He's also been in NCIS. He's been in a bunch of stuff. And one of my absolute favorite characters, the Ghoul. Played by Walton Goggins. This man is a powerhouse. You will, even underneath the prosthetics, you will recognize. You'll get to see flashbacks of him before he was a ghoul. But he's been in so many things. He's incredible. He's been in Justified, Hateful Eight. He's hilarious in Vice Principals. Remember, opposite Danny McBride. He's like one of the main stars in that. He's also in The Righteous Gemstones, Sons of Anarchy, Django Unchained. The list goes on and freaking on. That man is a powerhouse of an actor. He's incredible. Also, we cannot fail to mention Mr. Paul Atreides himself, the OG of Wasteland Madness himself, Kyle MacLachlan. Can you believe it? What? Kyle MacLachlan is in this show. He plays Lucy's dad, Hank McLean. Her brother's played by Norm McLean, Norm McLean is his name. He's played by Moises Arias. There's a really cool...
I'm sorry, what was that name?
Moises Arias.
Moises. Well, that's interesting.
That's an unusual name. It's cool.
It is.
He's been in Ender's Game, Kings of Summer, Perfect Game. He was in Nacho Libre. He was in that movie Monos.
Nacho Libre.
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of stuff too. He's actually really cool. He's very different from Lucy. Whereas Lucy is like this like beautiful, wonderful, naive, you know, just very kind soul. Her brother is more
he's kind of
sneaky. He's a sneaky little guy.
Kind of skeptical.
He's a sneaky kind of skeptical guy. He's always kind of like he's like you know he's
like, I know what you said, but
he's not convinced that the life in the vault is the ideal life, but at the same time he's way too scared of like the surface, which he should be, because you'll see just how bad it is in the wastelands. Going to the Brotherhood of Steel camp, one of the main, you know, like friends to Maximus's best and only friend in the Brotherhood of Steel is played by trans man Zelia Mendes-Jones, who is also in The Wheel of Time. I did not recognize them in the two parts, but I really like the intensity of that character. I really like that they hired a trans actor to play a trans person. That's really cool. We also got Johnny Pemberton playing Thaddeus. He's also part of the Brotherhood of Steel clan, and he is absolutely hilarious as Bo Thompson, the boyfriend of Cheyenne in the show Superstore. This guy is so freaking funny. He is so good at playing characters that you really can't stand, that are really kind of like scumbaggy, and like he's just really, really that's his niche, and he goes for it.
Yeah, he plays a lot of characters that like you hate, but he still makes you laugh even though you hate him. He plays a lot of characters like that. He does a really good job.
Yeah, and we have also got Sarita Choudhury. She plays Lee Moldaver, a very mysterious character that we slowly, like, everybody seems to know who this person is, but nobody really knows them, right? And very mysterious, and this is like the person that Lucy is pursuing across the wasteland. And you'll see what their motivations are. She's also in the Wheel of Time. She plays an Aes Sedai in that series. And we've got Chris Parnell of Rick and Morty and Archer fame, who you will immediately recognize from his voice alone. He plays a really funny character and injects his usual levels of humor into that character. So here's those are some of our characters. You'll also see some really cool cameos from some people that you haven't seen on screen in a while, popping up here and there throughout episodes. I'm not gonna ruin it for you.
Don't ruin it.
I think that it's more fun to see them as they pop up.
Definitely.
But just know that there's gonna be some real cool cameos, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and it's gonna happen to you more than once. Because they knew what they were doing with this show.
They did.
They really did.
I feel like they put a lot of love into this, and it just feels like it wasn't rushed, and they actually listened to, I don't know, maybe the creator or the writer of the story, but and again, I don't have the game to bounce off of, but just as somebody coming into the Fallout world, they laid a great story, great characters, lots of twists and turns and adventures, and the adventures go good and they go bad, and it's just crazy. The costuming is great. The visuals, the visual effects are fantastic.
The gore is off the charts. I'm someone who, when I played Fallout, I always, one of the perks I picked was the gore one, because, of course, I'm a gore hound, and I needed to have it. So, a lot of those cool, slow motion, head explodey, crazy deaths that you get playing the Fallout game, you will see that in the show, and it's super rad. You'll also see, of course, disgusting mutated monsters.
Oh yeah, they have a bunch of those in there.
All kinds of fun, heavy weapons and armor.
I gotta say, the monsters in there, that was a highlight for sure. When they did show some of the monsters.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And it was funny because I'm calling out each monster as it shows up, remembering them from the game. They're chef's kiss. Super well done. A good combination of practical effects and CGI melded together to make just really fucked up.
Yeah. Oh.
Really, that's nasty.
One of them in particular, I'm not going to say what. But one of these monsters in particular,
nasty.
It hit.
You'll see it in the trailer.
It hit
actually, for a second.
It hit a button of just like
full disgust.
In me.
Full disgust.
What a great design, because I had the hardest time
the heebie-jeebies
looking
were
at it.
real. The
heebie-jeebies
were in full effect.
So I thought it was one thing, and I was incorrect about what I was looking at. And then when I saw what it, oh man, I was like, I couldn't. I could almost feel it. Like I can't.
Yeah. So what's cool too, and what's smart, is that they don't follow necessarily the story of particular characters from the game. This is like a different character, but it's cool because it was very smart of them, because we're following somebody else's story in that world, but you do get sprinkled throughout the show, in almost every single episode, you're going to get a reference to characters going as far back as the OG games. That's right. Fallout 1 and 2. I know most people nowadays, I feel like a lot of people came into Fallout from Fallout 3 and 4, New Vegas and stuff like that. But I played like the OG old games. And they were really amazing because they were some of the first games where you realized that your actions or inactions, depending on like where you did or didn't go in the world before you ended the game, had real consequences. That was like a groundbreaking thing at the time, you know? And now it's really common, but it's really cool because you could play a game as a bad guy. You could play a game as a slaver if you're a horrible person and you wanted to do that.
I can't even do that in a game.
Yeah, I can't even do it in a game. But you could be a raider. You know what I mean? You could be you could be bad or good or neutral. You could be I like to think of my character as a benevolent kleptomaniac. You know, like, yeah, I'll help you out, but I'll probably steal all your shit too in the game. Things like that. You could be any shade of gray or black or white or whatever, and you could replay the game and it would play totally differently. Because characters would react to you differently depending on your history of actions throughout the game and through different towns.
Fable took a number from them.
Oh yeah, Fable definitely took a page from that, but I kind of feel like maybe Fallout was before that though. I'm not sure. Not sure about the timeline on that.
No, Fallout was probably definitely before
right?
Fable. That's why I said Fable took a page from that book. That's why I said that.
It's really, really cool, and that's reflected in the actual story that we're watching unfold in the show too. You know what I mean? You see characters that are, have good intentions, but they kind of, make the wrong choices and stuff. And then you get to see, somebody who has only the best intentions, and you get to see somebody that only got the worst intentions.
And some other people just trying to figure their way through.
It's great. It's great. Mm-hmm. You get so much variety. I love that, just like the game, you get to explore in the series the different factions that are at play. Like the Brotherhood of Steel, or just the people that live in the wastelands. You get to hear the story of Shady Sands. It's really cool. You just get to see all these little different components and stuff, and it's freaking rad. You get to see the perspective of people that
are going to cross integrate at some point.
Yeah, and it's for you to definitely watch this show. So to see
her adventure,
see what how the adventure unfolds.
Right, because what's her motivation for leaving the vault in the first place? You know, you got to find that out, and then you got to see how it goes. From does she adapt? Does she adapt well?
Let's see. A super sheltered, naive girl going out into a brutal wasteland full of psychopaths.
Wasteland don't care.
Wasteland does not care about your feelings.
Don't care.
Wasteland does not care about your feelings. Your feelings can go F themselves. So anyway, all of that being said, obviously this show gets a huge recommend from me. I'm just gonna give it right now 5 chainsaws, buddy. 5 chainsaws, all 5 blasters in the air, 5. Just go watch it. Watch it right now. What are you thinking? Go watch Fallout. Seriously.
So I'm gonna put my 2 cents, if anybody cares. And
5 chainsaws.
See, that's why you never know in a wasteland when you're gonna need a melee weapon.
Listen, don't bring a sword to a gunfight, buddy.
You know what doesn't run out of bullets?
This is true.
Don't miss.
This is true.
That's all I'm saying.
This is true. All right, no. Seriously. Thorn Black, how many chainsaws do you give Fallout?
I am going to give this 5 out of 5 chainsaws as well. So, again, I have nothing to compare it to. I'm just basing it off of being a fantastic show. The costuming is great. The casting for characters is great. And all of these actors are really nailing the roles that they're doing. The visual effects team, for me, like visual effects, I'm really into visual effects. I'm somewhat studying it on my own. So I'm like super interested in it. And when people have good visual effects, especially like this show, oh man, it's really just good. The best thing ever. And they have some moments where they really show some of these monsters close, and you can really see some of the details.
Some of the freaking abominations going on.
And then, like you said, some certain things are a mix of prosthetics and visual effects, and they just knock it out of the park. It's just it inspires me to want to keep training visual effects. Like, Amazon knocked it out of the park, in my opinion, with this show. I wish they would have been the ones doing the Halo show. Then maybe I would like it.
Mm-hmm. But we won't get into that. This is about Fallout.
Yep.
Fallout only. So, if you would like to visit a Fallout vault, by the way, and see and make your own Wasteland character and hang out with like-minded folks, I would like to direct you to my t-shirt right here.
They can't see that. You gotta stand up because this mic's
This is for Apox East, okay? apoxeast.com. We love those guys. Mm-hmm. They are all about the Wasteland life.
They are.
For real, okay? And you can get your tickets now for an immersive, really cool, fun event that is just full of really cool stuff. We had the absolute honor of playing last year. We had the best time, the best folks.
It was a great show.
Okay?
Yeah,
it was super
I had
fun.
A good time there.
Super cool areas. And they have a Fallout vault.
And one of
in the basement.
The people behind it made a Fallout show, like literally from Fallout.
Yep. And they got a Nuka-Cola.
You roll the big door out of the way.
There's all kinds of cool Wasteland stuff.
Cool stuff there.
Not just Fallout stuff, but it's really rather fantastic.
Yeah, the whole theme is just post-apocalyptic.
If you would like to just kind of jump into that world, and you're here on the East Coast, and and you want an event to go to this summer, go to Apox East. Mm-hmm. Have yourself a blast. That's where I got this awesome guy. I traded it for some caps. Actually, I traded it for some really cool pins that I had made that I brought with me. So cool. They have a barter system. It's badass. It's great.
I'm a lot more of a recluse or a hermit these days, since kind of like COVID, and I haven't been quite out as much. And even I had a great time. I was wondering, being around like a ton of people again, granted it was like last year or whatever. Yeah. But just like...
It was when it was a little more fresh.
A large group of people for, a while, because we stayed overnight. And I was just wondering how I was going to handle it, not having been around large groups all that often anymore at the time, And everybody was so cool and so chill there. I even didn't have any problems. And usually I'll opt to not go to an event just because I would rather kind of be playing my guitar or Xbox at home, nothing against anything, but I had a great time myself. Yeah. So that's all I'm saying is you're definitely going to get along with the people that are there. They have great people there and great bands and just great stuff. So check it out.
Great food too. That barbecue that we had on Thursday, woo! Yep. It was good. Yep. It was good. Awesome bartenders, awesome music. They had some of our favorite DJs from New York City, like Chris Smack.
Got to shout out Chris Smack.
Yep. DJ Amazing A. They have all kinds of just really, really awesome visual treats to enjoy. Really cool little market area and stuff, so you get to see different people's wares that they brought, and it's just super rad. So if you want to have a cool Wasteland weekend of your own over here, more close to the East Coast over here for our East Coast friends, this is the party to go to. apoxeast.com.
I'll drop a link in the description.
We're going to drop a link in the description, and we'll flash it on the screen right here. Apox East. Go.
That might be too high. We'll see where I'll put it.
Put it somewhere. I don't know. He's putting it somewhere. Anyway.
I want to put it somewhere different just because now, for absolutely literally no reason, just to
don't make me blast you.
Like, the only reason I want to move it is to annoy her and have it like up here or in the corner sideways or something.
Why did I even bring it up? Why?
I don't know. She does this.
Why do I do this?
I can't help myself. Anyway, it'll be in the description.
It'll be in the description. Go have a great time. Listen to some awesome music. Meet some incredibly cool people. Show off your own badass homemade Wasteland gear. join the wasteland for a little while and be around very like-minded people that are gonna totally get all of your weird references, just like all the fun weird references in the Fallout TV series. I absolutely loved it. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. If I could give it 20 chainsaws, I would. Okay, I fill the whole damn screen with chainsaws. All right, that's how much I love Fallout TV series. Okay. Well, you know what? It's like I'm just paying you back for what just happened.
Don't
so
make more.
There you go.
See,
there you
go. Now you get like one chainsaw on the screen now. How about that?
No, I need more. All right. All that being said,
that's about it for today.
We're a little punch drunk over here, so we're gonna
like and subscribe. Give us some streams on Spotify, Bandcamp, here on YouTube, and sign up for our mailing list.
Because we got some new stuff.
We got some new stuff coming.
We have some really exciting things that we're working on right now. New music,
actively
cool stuff. It's gonna be awesome. So you're gonna wanna join that mailing list so that you are in the know for when all of this cool stuff drops.
Because we might let little teasers of songs.
Yeah, that's only for people that are on the mailing list. Okay, that's only for the mailing list.
Gotta have a perk. Gotta have an upside.
That's right. So, all that being said,
that is all for us today. Thanks for watching. We are out.